AIA Vitality. Your health is every choice you make. We are part of a global wellness program with over 1.65 million members in AIA across Asia. And in Singapore, we have more than 100,000 members on AIA Vitality. Members live healthier by knowing their health through online health assessments and screenings. They improve their health by logging exercises and enjoying the rewards to keep them going. And indeed, members are making improvements in their health. Even the vitality age gap has narrowed to less than a year. Best of all, you earn points for every activity. The higher your status, the greater the rewards, including up to 15% off insurance premium on selected AIA plans. To keep you going, there is the weekly fitness challenge, with personalized targets to help pace and improve your fitness. When you complete the challenge, you get a spin on the Vitality Wheel to earn Vitality coins, which you can use at the marketplace. That's not all. You also earn AIA Vitality points for completing these activities. And very soon, you'll be on your way to Platinum status. And we sweeten the deal further with many exciting partner benefits that you can enjoy. With AIA Vitality, nothing gets better than a healthier you. So get onto AIA Vitality today because your health is every choice you make.
Hello, a very good afternoon to you from our Tampines hub. This is the venue for today's AIA Singapore Premier League match. Geylang International take on Lion City Sailors, two teams that have suffered perhaps inconsistency, have had the best starts to the season. Don't take it from me. Let's hear from the men in charge, Noor Ali and Vidmar.
Coach, tough loss in midweek against Balestier. What was your message to the players after the match?
Message, I think basically it has been a tough run for us the last 5 games, and I think for the boys, we just have to regroup again, and then because we know what's the situation with the team right now with injuries and players out, and today somehow I don't have Adam, I don't have Faizal as centre back, so I have to have Izden as a makeshift centre back, and. So I think it has been tough for us trying to actually gather a strong 11 for the last 5 games, But I told the boys we just got to keep working hard, stay positive, because things will go back to normal soon. Yeah.
Having seen this Lion City Sailors team play this season, what approach can we expect from your team today?
I mean, we have to be positive going out against them, we know they have very good individual players, play like Gabriel, Faris Ramli, Stipe, Song, Diego, the whole team. So we just got to be positive, go out there and play our normal football, and we should approach them positively, and I think we should go out and try to score goals against them, because I think they have even considered 9 and we have considered 9 also, but I mean they are better positioned with us right now. But I think at this point in time we really need to get back the winning mentality and getting back the 3 points. I think that's more important.
Coach, 5 games into the season thus far, are you happy with the start that your team has made?
Yes and no. Obviously, we probably could have had another win or 2 on the board, and we're conceding a few too many goals for my liking. But in terms of how we're playing, how we're approaching the game, I'm pleased with that. We just need a little bit more efficiency on both ends.
After your midweek match, what was the focus in training for today's game?
Well, again, with always midweek games, it's about recovering and making sure that the players are ready to perform at an optimum level today. So that was our focus.
So you got the thoughts there of the head coaches, both these sides, and I think it's fair to say that neither one of them is particularly satisfied with how things have gone so far this season. We look back at the records of both of these teams in a short while. But first of all, let's remind you that there are new awards each month now thanks to sponsors like AIA and in this instance Select, who have come up with the Goal of the Month award. That goes to Song Wee-young of Lion City Sailors. This is his Goal of the Month against Tanjong Pagar. Great technique shown by the Korean to hit that on the volley, or at least a half volley at the very least. But an important goal in the thrashing there of Tanjong Pagar. 5-0 they won that day, and many thanks to Select, who have been involved in that, one of the big partners here of the AIA Singapore Premier League. Just going back to the record of these two sides, Geylang International started the season decently at least. They had a win against Tanjong Pagar. That's a game that they probably would have put down as something they've got to target 3 points. They weren't at their very best, but did win that match. They were then hammered by by Hougang United 4-1, despite taking the lead as early as the 4th minute through Amy Reka. Then here at our Tampines Hub, a match that again they would have targeted 3 points. They could only manage a 1-1 draw. It was a very exciting game end to end. They were edged out by Albrechts Niigata in their 4th game on the 4th of April, 1-0 away. And I think probably the most disappointing result so far was the performance against Ballistic Khalsa in their last match a few days ago, where they lost 2-1 and again just struggled for fluency and perhaps weren't at their best once again. So disappointing run of results there. So they've only had the 1 win in their first 5 matches and a draw. So 1 win and a draw so far. And again, that's against the 2 bottom sides. We see Lion City Sailors make their way out. They started off with a thrilling 3-all game against Tampines Rovers, a match in which they were 3-1 up until Yasser Hanapi's 2 goals. 2 goals in 5 minutes. They then hammered Tanjong Pagar 5-0, a game they probably would have expected to do that. Then a huge defeat at the hands of Hougang United. That really caught the eye, didn't it? That was on the 20th of March, as we see Geylang now make their way out onto the pitch. They beat Young Lions. Again, that's a match we would expect them to win. 3-1 away. And last match a few days ago was another thriller. They were 2-0 down against Albrechts Niigata, who are fellow title contenders, and then hit back through Stipe Plazibat in the 45th, and then Georges Philippe with a header. It was a game of headers. All 4 goals were headers, and Plazibat missed a penalty in between. So they find themselves 4 points ahead of their opponents today, Lion City Sailors. They're in 4th place. That's not good enough, you would have to say, for a club that boasts the resources of Lion City Sailors. They're the first privatized club. Lim Young-yi, the referee, he might have quite a match in his hands today. Manoj Kolwani and Kasi Gopikana, his assistants. Muhammad Rida Said, the 4th official. Yes, just going back to the point I was making, is that this is a side that would expect to win everything. Now, the way they've positioned themselves, what they've got at their disposal. Hassan Sani, the captain there, with Yuki Ichikawa. Hassan himself has been at the end of some poor mistakes this season for Singapore International. Also, I'm sure he'd be disappointed with that. We look at the Geylang lineup, and they are suffering a combination of injuries, national service requirements, and also 2 players cannot play against their parent club. That's Ikram Rifki and Faisal Roslan. They have a problem at the back, central defence. Faisal Roslan, as I said, can't play there. Adam Hakim has got an injury. So it will be Isnin Shafiq standing in as the centre-back. We were told by Noor Ali, though there was some thought that Firdaus Kasman could do the job, along with Yuki Ichikawa, who comes back into the side after an injury. Amy Reka starts today, along with Faris Fahan, Elijah Lim as well. Lion City Sailors, 1 change for the side that drew with Albrechts Niigata, with Amrul Adli returning from suspension. and Tajeli Salamat sits this one out on the bench. The big news, I think, as far as Geylang International are concerned, is they have dropped their 2 imports. And Mateus, the Brazilian attacker, as well as Silvano Convalius, the striker, the Brazilian striker, the Dutch striker, excuse me. And, well, you can almost understand where that's coming from. Aurelio Vidmar, I'm sure he is facing a little bit of pressure to get his team performing. He said they should have had 1 or 2 more wins. They're not defending as well as he likes, some soft goals. And Noor Ali also, you'd have to say, is probably facing a different kind of pressure, just not getting a good run of results at the moment. Different kind of expectations. Both these sides, by the way, are involved in the AFC Cup starting in June for these clubs. They'll be hosting it, so they will have some kind of advantage, even though there may not be too many fans in the crowd. Talking of which, we do have some fans in here because of the relaxation of the COVID restrictions, slight relaxation, up to 250 allowed. Some fans we hear from Lion City, a couple of them actually gone out and paid for their own tests, which is great dedication to the cause. Oh, that ball coming across to Chris van Huysen, who hit it on the volley. Maybe he had a bit more time than he thought, but that's a very bright start indeed by Geylang International. Not sure he quite expected that. That's a heartening way to start. Just going back to the point about the 2 international players, the 2 imports not playing today for Geylang International, and perhaps against a side like Lion City, you might need a little bit more grit, a bit less guile, and could they be seen as a bit of a luxury? Will they track back enough? Because there will be plenty of rearguard action, you imagine, today. They can't be as open as they normally are. They can't be as attacking. That's what we normally associate Geylang International under Muhammad Noor Ali. Firdaus Kasman won the ball and then almost gave it away. No foul on Stipe Plazibat. Here's Darren Tay. Interesting to see Isdin in this makeshift role up against his old club, Lion City Sailors, up against his old mate, Shadan Sulaiman, who had plenty to say about it in the build-up to this game. Isdin is a fine distributor of the ball, but it's a very different prospect, going to crunching tackles and big headers as a centre-back. Return to Yuki, who was injured, and it'll be interesting to see how he copes today. Is he fully fit? Because they didn't really have any other centre-backs as well. Nice ball played across to Noor Adam. Faris. Of course, much of the talk of Lion City Sailors is their 2 purchases. Jorge Felipe, the Brazilian, the defender. And the one, of course, that really caught the imagination, the $3 million signing of Diego Lopez, the Brazilian midfielder from Rio Ave in Portugal's Primeira Liga. Only started the last 2 matches as he gets to grips with the SPL. Good work there from Noor Adam. I tell you what, this has been quite a good start here from Geylang. They've kept the ball very, very well. They're not shying away. They're not allowing the ball to be with their opponents. But how long can they keep that up for? Here's Faris Fahan. Now Firdaus. That was a good-looking run there from Van Huysen. You could see the idea. I'll tell you what, they're also playing a fairly high line as well. Is that a little risky? Geylang International. Here's Chris Van Huysen. Needs to be a better cross, that one. Such is the strength of Lion City Sailors that they've got superb players on the bench like Hafiz Noor, Song Wei-Young, Adam Swandi, Faris Rumley. got Akari Abdullah and Tajali Salama as well to call upon. There's an embarrassment of riches, you could argue. I wonder whether today, with Harith in front of him, he's got Chris Van Huysen, and will he bomb forward a little bit more? We haven't seen so much of that this season. George Felipe deals with that. Yeah, very positive this start for Geylang. In the first meeting of the two sides involved in the AFC Cup, Tampines Rovers are involved in the AFC Champions League. There's Amy Reka, who scored against Badasakalsa. Gabriel Kwak has had a great season so far. His first run at players. Gabriel now looking to connect there with Nakyudin. Fired in that ball. Darren Tate deals with it well. Noor Ali looks up, plays that down the line to Fariz. Quick ball forward towards Amy Reka. I keep saying Noor Ali, it's Noor Lukman, excuse me. It's Noor Ali on the Lion City left-hand side. Here he is now. He's up against Noor Lukman. Coming forward, Amrul Adli, as I said, back from suspension. Now Gabriel on that right-hand side, wanted the ball earlier. It's teasingly across, and into an open goal. An easy finish in their first real attack. Gabriel Kwak makes no mistake. And it's only been 6.5 minutes or so, and they've opened up Geylang International. As I said, he's been in pretty good form, hasn't he, Gabriel Kwak? His third goal of the season. Very nice work from Justin Hui as well. All a little bit too easy. 2 goals against Tampines Rovers. A couple of goals against Lion City Sailors, and now his 5th strike. Well, that will be annoying. It all come down that right-hand side. Here's Fariz. Oh, lovely little nutmeg. Great work, Darren Tate. Oh, that was close. He adjusted himself so well there, Amy Reka. And that could have been an immediate response there. But it shows there are still vulnerabilities at the back. For Lion City Sailors, and that would have been 1-1, so close. With the way he adjusted himself there, Amy Reka, I don't think Hassan Sani would have had a chance. Stipe Plazibat. Don't think we've even said Diego Lopez's name yet in terms of action. Is there a foul by the striker? Yes, there is. No doubt on Lukman there. Stipe clumsy. Now, a few players that this could be aimed at, particularly Yuki Ichikawa, tallest member of their side, but you've got to get it past the first defender. In that instance, it was Shadan Sulaiman. Yuki trying to get up to Lukman, away by Amirul Adli. Again, it's a fine run from Gabriel. Plays the ball early to Justin Hui. Can he keep it in? Stipe Plazibat. It has just gone out of play. Not helping, of course, Geylang's cause that they are lacking defenders like Faisal Roslan playing against his parent club in Lion City Sailors. Adam Hakim is injured. That's a good ball through. Emi Reka, he decided not to chip the goalkeeper, has gone for goal instead. He had an on-rushing Chris Van Huysen to his left. He had to do better than that. And could he have lobbed the ball over the goalkeeper? As a delightful ball played through by Firdaus over the head of Georges Philippe, and he didn't opt to go with his right foot. A couple of poor decisions there perhaps from Emi Reka. There'll be a corner here. They've actually looked fairly good going forward so far. In fact, they've probably looked more dangerous at times, Geylang International, in these early stages compared to their opponents. Now, will this set piece go past the first man? Faris with the ball in. That's a good ball! It's an open car target! A double save! Well, they should have scored, Geylang. What an opportunity. I'm sure we'll have another look at that. But it was there for the taking. Isdin, ball in again. And this time gathered by Hassan Sani. But how were they so open there at the back? Remember how they were exposed by Yamashita in the last game against Albrechts Nagata Lion City. And it's almost happened again here. So delightful ball played in, but absolutely free header for Noor Lukman. And then the follow-up shot saved, I think, by the trailing leg of Hassan Sani. Oh, great work from Noor Lukman. Here's Shadan. And then Saifullah has been a little bit quiet so far. Caught the eye when he was with Young Lions. Started growing into his own now. Justin Hui. I think trying to just be a little too clever there, Justin Hui. Well, I have to say, the quality of the chances they've had so far, Geylang might be disappointed they aren't level at the moment. And part of the blame, I think, will also have to go with the finishing. It hasn't been good enough. But they've created the opportunities, and I think that will be the important thing to take away from all this. Nice run there from Gabriel, not taking the option of the diagonal run. Now, finally, Diego Lopez. Out wide to Stipe Plazipat. And it was a dangerous ball into the 6-yard box. Well, they haven't had many forays into the final third yet, Lion City Sailors. But they have looked pretty good when they do it. Then again, so do Geylang International. This has been a good matchup so far, but they are separated by a goal. A tap-in for Gabriel Kwak. Darren Tay plays that coolly. Foul by George Felipe. By the way, what you may not be seeing, you might just be seeing him there. Firdaus Kasman just seemed to have hurt his chest. Look at that, 5 shots to 1 in favour of Geylang International. Lion City have scored with their 1 though, so you could say they are being economical. They're clinical, in fact. It's a good ball up to Noor Lukman. Darren, oh, and that wasn't a bad ball, was it? And Amy Rekka knows any kind of touch is a thumbs up to his teammate for a good ball in. Noor Adam to George Felipe. Yuki gets something on it. Diego Lopez can't get there. Oh, I think there's a problem here for Yuki. And remember, he's just come back from injury. They do not want to lose him. I think he seems to be okay. Threw himself at that one. Oh, that was a very, very awkward fall. And it's an unforgiving surface here at our Tampines hub. When you really feel that when you land. Zainal Ghulam has actually had nothing to do so far apart from pick out the ball out from the back of his goal when Gabriel Kwak scored. That's it. I think they'll be very happy with this so far. Here comes Stipe Plazibat into the path of Diego Lopez. Diego Lopez! And the high-profile Brazilian, who's really not been involved in the game at all, has finally gotten the score sheet. And that will be one of the headlines, I'm sure, tomorrow, because people were expecting so much from him. Just cuts inside and fires it in. Past Zainal Ghulam, no chance for the keeper. Only their second attack, and guess what? That's 2 out of 2 for Lion City Sailors. So now, problems. 2 goals, 18 minutes on the clock. Where do Geylang go from here? And as I stress again, they have been good so far. But they also have allowed the only 2 chances that Lion City Sailors have had to end up in goals. That one was just quality from Lopez. He was up against a makeshift defender in Isdin Shafiq. Not really closed down I don't think you can necessarily attach too much blame to Isdin in that sense. But Geylang now will be really concerned, trailing 2-goal margin so early on. And quite frankly, they could have scored a couple themselves. Justin Hui, nice play from Stipe Plazibat. That's a poor cross from Justin Hui. Got to be a very good response here now from Geylang International. They've been quite open. Are they going to continue that? Here's Amirul. And now Nakyudin. Saifullah. George Felipe looks up at his options. I think he wanted a little bit more in front of him. Amrul Adli, too much on that ball. Again, a player that we haven't seen too much of so far, Elijah Lim, on the 23 player for Geylang International, number 49 there. Remember, there was a gamble played by Mohamed Noor Ali today in not starting with his foreign contingent of Silvano Convalius and Mateus Morchet. And I wonder whether that will come back to haunt him. I think the thinking was that he'd want players that were more familiar with his style of football, that might also just come and help out. There's some of the fans. We said that they're starting to allow some fans. Some of them are officials and connected with the club, of course. It will take some time for people to get used to it and all the new restrictions that come with being able to watch a game live. I think sure the crowds will build as the season progresses. Nakyudin. Shadan dropping deep. He does play that quarterback role from time to time. Another fantastic distributor, to me, one of the most naturally gifted footballers in Singapore. Gabriel knocks it in. That's lovely. Set up there. Stipe Plazibat with the assist. And a fine finish from Saiful Akbar. The floodgates are well and truly opened now. And you do fear for Geylang International. And again, I think that's a third attempt and a third goal. It's just too easy at the moment. Yuki's not even in the picture at all. First goal of the campaign for Saifullah. I wonder now how they're going to do this. How are they going to take this forward? It's going to be very obvious that shoulders slump a little for as far as Geylang are concerned. again, I have to say, they haven't been bad at all. Since the second goal went in, though, they have just been blunted a little bit. They're not using an out-and-out striker, remember. They've got Amy Reka there. Better perhaps as a wide player. They could have had 1 or 2 goals themselves. And here comes Chris van Huysen. Advancing, maybe getting a goal here would be beneficial, and that's a poor ball from the wide man. I think he's trying to play that to Faris Farhan. That's a foul there on Noor Lukman by Noor Adam. Elijah. Well, you'd imagine now, with it 3-0, it's a very different kind of equation here for Noor Ali, the coach of Geylang International, as we take a quick water break. Because does it become all about consolidation of the position in terms of damage limitation? I think that would probably be the best way of describing it. What would you do? There's Fandi Ahmad watching. Saw him give out the award earlier. He's part of a panel which includes the technical director of FAS and the national coach that give out these awards each month. Wonder he makes of it, all of it. His old club Geylang here are struggling. Certainly could do with his services in Fundi's prime. These are the 3 goals for you. A tap-in for Gabriel Kwak, who started to move on that right-hand side. So it's fitting that he finished his 5th goal of the season. Diego Lopez, the big signing in Singapore football, gets off the mark in his 6th game, though only his 3rd start. Fine finish from him. And lovely setup for this goal. Stipe Plazibat chests it down for Saifullah to get his debut goal this season. Remember, they've already hammered Tanjung Pagar 5-0. All those goals, by the way, against Tanjung Pagar came in the second half. But it was a different kind of approach by Tanjung Pagar. They should finish here! Oh, it's another bad miss. Faris Farhan getting the better of George Felipe, which was rather casual defending, I got to say. And Faris missing another golden opportunity. Geylang International, they're not taking these. That's poor. Poor from George Felipe. That header. There was just not enough on it. And that's a big let-off for Lion City Sailors. Frankly, Geylang could have had 3 or 4 themselves in this game, but for poor finishing. They are seemingly still intent on attacking, and you could argue, well, for all intents and purposes, you could argue this game is already lost, even though it's only 28 minutes on the board, and you might as well go for it. There is an argument for that. There's an argument to try and limit the damage. That's why I was saying that this is the dilemma that Noor Ali will have. Noor Lukman. Well, they're pressing at times. They're really giving it a go. But here comes Justin Hui. There's 4 players walking at the moment for Geylang. They're lucky that they've won the ball back. Here's Harith. Harith gone for goal, and it's just too easy. No real conviction in that shot. And he's left a bit of a gaping hole at the back here. Gabriel Quack attacks it. He's just glides past Elijah Lim. And they win the ball back here. They don't quite see the finished article yet, do they, Lion City Sailors? Chris Van Huysen just slips. I think he's had some very good moves, Noor Luqman. Good work there from Saifullah. Yuki. I think the next step for Geylang is to just cannot afford to concede a fourth. Decent ball, just a little too much on it for Emireka, and it's for Faris Farhan, and it's offside. Now Diego, it's just a little too much on that for Gabriel Quack, maybe just having to get used to these artificial surfaces as well for Diego. Might have stood being a bit slower on a grass pitch. Gabriel again. Now Saifullah. Gabriel Quack looks up. Thinks about going across, switching play, leaves that to Amrul Adli. Now Saifullah. Justin Hui down the line. Noor Ali on the ball. Noor Luqman comes straight at him. Those two having a good old battle, the two number 20s. Shadan with the ball out to Gabriel Quack. And it was offside anyway. They've taken it quickly here. It's good intent here from Geylang International. They're not just trying to slow things down. They are looking to get back into this if they can. Amy Reka. Now Chris Van Huysen. Trying to play that early ball into the box for Faris Farhan. Saifullah, Gabriel, Shadan. Lovely work from Yuki, anticipating that. George Felipe playing it to Justin Hui, who's just dropped a little here. That's carelessly given away by the Brazilian defender. Oh, I tell you what, Amy did not see the space that Chris van Huysen was in. Faris done well here. Oh, Lukman with the ball in, and it's going to get to Chris van Huysen, who takes the throw in quickly. I have to say, I do like the fact that they are just shifting things as fast as they can. They're not just sitting back and hoping. They're trying to create something. Taken there by Hassan Sani, who's must be a little alarmed at the number of mistakes that have happened this season for the Singapore international. No foul on Darren Tay by Justin Hui. He's not happy with the referee. They're seeing a lot more of the ball now, of course, Lion City Sailors, but they're very happy just to play it around for now. And you can't blame them, they're 3-0 up. They could argue job almost done. And that is the first chance they've had that has not resulted in a goal. That's a corner. Again, too easy through Stipe Plazi, but that might be actually one of the easier chances. It's a good save in the end with his feet. Zainul Gulam. And actually, you could argue that Stipe should be putting that away. Stipe Plazi, an easy header. Oh, there's a fumble there from the keeper. Oh, Diego Lopez drives it past the goalkeeper. That's poor defending, I'm afraid. The handling there from Zainul Gulam. Questions to be asked. I think they just wonder whether that might have been his defender getting in the way, but Diego Lopez now has 2. And it's 4-0. This should have been an easy take, but lack of communication. And Noor Lukman and his keeper not on the same page. All too easy. Now how do they cope? Now this is tricky. 3, you felt there was some hope, perhaps, especially with the chances they were creating, with 4 is perhaps a step too far. What does he do now with his foreign contingent? Does he try to bring them on? Here's Darren, it's done well, Darren. Can they finish off the toe poke? No real power on it, Faris, and again, another good chance for Geylang International. I have to say, this is not a fair reflection of what is going on the screen. This 4-0 scoreline. Just didn't get it cleanly. And we've been talking about Geylang's perspective on this. What about Lion City Sailors? They might feel they need to make a statement or two, given that they've dropped a lot of points. Would another big win help? But really, they need to start getting results along against the likes of Tampines Rovers and Albrechts Negata and Hougang United, a team that beat them recently. But we are coming towards the end of this first half, and the Sailors are sailing, plain and simple, really. Firdaus, now here's Chris van Huysen. Harith comes into the attack. Emi Reka has done well. Still Emi Reka. They have had no shortage of good positions to be in. Darren Tay. Dangerous box in, that's going to be a corner. Yeah, he done well trying to get towards that byline. Diego Lopez scrambled it away. It's a corner. Gabriel Quack with the defensive work, and they're now leaving themselves perhaps a bit exposed. Foul on Diego Lopez. Darren Tay will get a booking for his troubles. There's another player down at the moment, by the way, for Lion City Sailors. I think it's Amarul Adli. No, it's not. It's Noor Adam. By the way, Lion City Sailors now have the luxury of giving some game time to the likes of Hafiz Noor, Song Woo-young, Adam Swandi, Faris Ramli. Part of that, of course, is due to the under-23 rule, where you have to field 3 players aged 23 or under at least for 45 minutes, or the first half. They have to start these games. Couple minutes left of this first half, in which has been dominated score-wise by Lion City Sailors. Chance-wise, I think it's fairly even at the moment. And if the finishing from Geylang was anywhere near as good as it is for Lion City Sailors, they would be seeing a much closer match at the moment. Wonder what they're thinking at the moment to try and justify whatever action they take. They've got to stem the flow. Harith Kanadi, still haven't seen too much of him going forward. Chris van Huysen. Faris. Bad foul from possibly Elijah. Here's another look at that. Diego Lopez. Ooh, not a great challenge from Noor Lukman. I'll tell you what, they do not want to be losing their star man so early on in the campaign. Good news is he's up and about. Two minutes of out of time.
And the fourth visual has just indicated that there will be a minimum of 2 minutes of added time.
Firdaus. Elijah's lost the ball. Pretty sure he is going to be the first one to be up for grabs. So nice breeze coming right across this venue. Some might say cheekily looking at the scoreline, it's a lovely sea breeze. Given that Lion City Sailor are owned by Sea and are cruising right now. I have to tell you that on the bench for Geylang, they've got the goalkeeper, Hairul Sherhan, 4 under-23 players, and the 2 foreign stars who we spoke about earlier, who are not getting much game time at the moment. Come back here, Geylang International, and that just runs away from Noor Lukman. Well, to be a fly on the wall of Geylang International now, how do they approach this in the second half? Might be a question for Noor Ali post-match to see what he will do, but for now, it is the imperious Lion City Sailors who have really taken the floodgates and blown them apart. They are wide open. A very early goal by Gabriel Quack, which he started then tapped in. Diego Lopez getting off the mark, the multi-million-dollar signing in the 18th minute. Saiful Akbar then smashed in from close range in the 23rd, and Lopez got his second 8 minutes from the break. And right now, at half-time, it's Geylang International 4, Lion City Sailors... Sorry, Geylang International 0, Lion City Sailors 4. We are at our Tampines hub. It's half-time here in the AIA Singapore Premier League match between Geylang International and Lion City Sailors. It's already 4-0 at half-time. Lion City Sailors are very much in the driving seat here, but it hasn't been all one-way traffic. If you've seen the match so far, if not, let's take you through the highlights to remind you what has happened up till now. Well, Geylang started very, very well indeed, but it was Gabriel Kwak who started the move down the right-hand side. Great work from Justin Hui to keep it alive. And then Kwak into an empty net, really. An easy finish for him. But he got past Harith Kanadi a little too easily there. And he finished off the move that he started. That was in the 4th minute. And then Geylang, well, they had their chances, didn't they? This one, Imi Reka. I don't think you can really say too much more about this because his back was to the goal. He did well to adjust himself. But there were a couple of other chances, probably even better than that one. Look at this. Amy could have then lobbed it over the keeper, decided not to, and then went with his left foot. Very weak shot in the end. Straight at the goalkeeper. He could have used Chris van Huysen. There was this free header. No Lukman, and then the shot from Firdaus. 2 chances in a row, not taken. That's what I mean. The response was good from Geylang. I'm going to give credit there to Hassan Sani as well for the double save. And yet more chances here for Geylang. Just couldn't quite get on the end of that one, Emi Reka, who appreciated the move. And then Faris Fan was dispossessed. Stipe Plazibat playing the ball into Diego Lopez, who fired in, cutting in onto his right foot. No chance for Zainul Ghulam. That's the first goal for the high-profile international import. And his first goal for his new club. That then became 4. Saifullah rifling in, great knockdown, 3-0, excuse me, at that point. Saifullah. Lovely work there from Stipe Plazibat. Geylang continue to attack, and they continue to create chances. And this one by Faris, not hitting with the right part of his boot. You would have wanted to go with the outside of his right foot or with his left. In the end, it was neither one, but George Felipe, what a mistake from him. And that was a big let-off. This was the first opportunity that Lion City Sailors had that they didn't put away. Stipe Plazibat, you'd expect him to score from there. And amazingly, he's not on the score sheet yet, with Lion City Sailors scoring 4. This was probably the worst of the lot, the goals, because it was poor communication between keeper and defender, and Diego Lopez making no mistake for his 2nd, and Lion City Sailors 4th. Zainul Ghulam, Noor Lukman just getting in each other's way. Keeper surely has to say something. And again, another chance went begging for Geylang International. That's what I mean. They could have had plenty. It could be 5-all right now, the way things are going. But they have nothing to show for all that impressive attack, Geylang International. They've actually had better chances. They've had more shots overall. So there are plenty of positives. The problem is they've already conceded 4 in this game. All their shots have been on target, Lion City Sailors. I think that is really impressive so far. And the other game, Albrechts Negat, that's a huge one, isn't it? 1-1 against Tampines Rovers. And as things stand, it means that quite possibly it would be Hougang United that would end the day top of the table. We'll have to see how things pan out. For now, we will take a break. We'll be back for the second half of Geylang International versus Lion City Sailors.
AIA Vitality. Your health is every choice you make. We are part of a global wellness program with over 1.65 million members in AIA across Asia. And in Singapore, we have more than 100,000 members on AIA Vitality. Members live healthier by knowing their health through online health assessments and screenings. They improve their health by logging exercises and enjoying the rewards to keep them going. And indeed, members are making improvements in their health. Even the vitality age gap has narrowed to less than a year. Best of all, you earn points for every activity. The higher your status, the greater the rewards, including up to 15% off insurance premium on selected AIA plans. To keep you going, there is the weekly fitness challenge, with personalized targets to help pace and improve your fitness. When you complete the challenge, you get a spin on the Vitality Wheel to earn Vitality Coins, which you can use at the marketplace. That's not all. You also earn AIA Vitality Points for completing these activities. And very soon, you'll be on your way to Platinum status. And we sweeten the deal further with many exciting partner benefits that you can enjoy. With AIA Vitality, nothing gets better than a healthier you. So get onto AIA Vitality today, because your health is every choice you make.
Welcome back to our Tampines Hub. It's the second half of the AIA Singapore Premier League, the match between Geylang International and Lion City Sailors. You can see the scoreboard there. It's not pretty reading. If you're an Ultra Eagles fan, Geylang International also boast this alumnus there in Fandi Ahmad, his old club, struggling at least with the scoreline, but I think at least going forward they have played really well so far. The question now is, do they hold back? Do they change things up? They have made a change as well. Mateus is on. Faris Rumley comes on for Justin Hui. Mateus will get the details on for. He has, okay, I've got confirmation of that. He has come on for, wow, Harith Kanadi, that's an interesting one. Oh wow, who is going to take on that left back role? It'll be interesting to know. I can't imagine that would be tactical, because it looks like Chris van Huysen is going to be the left back now. That's an interesting one. Not sure I've seen him play that before. I thought it would have been Elijah who would have made way. That's not to be the case. Well, what a run that was from Noor Ali. Here's Stipe. Still Plazibat. Yuki Chikawa gets that away. So Mateus now will be the playing behind Amy Reka. Almost three attackers now in Faris Fahan as well. This is a bit more of a 4-3-3. It appeared to be a bit of a 4-4-1-1 earlier. It'll be interesting to see whether Faris goes onto that right hand side. Foul on Firdaus Kasman. Yeah, they opted not to get the out-and-out striker in their ranks in Silvano. Here's Firdaus. Here's Elijah. Now Firdaus. Not quite sure what Lukman was thinking there. There's no way Darren Tay was going to get onto the end of that. Yeah, it does appear to be something like a 4-3-3 here, which is an interesting one. Oh, almost given away. That ball by Shadan went right across Mateus. Darren should be able to deal with that. Nicely done by Noor Lukman. He's had some good moments, actually. Yeah, interesting move there for Harith Kanadi to come off. Here's Elijah. He's just sort of dropping back a little bit at times. Just allows... you know exactly what's going to happen next. So Yuki Ichikawa is going to get a yellow card. So it appears that what will happen is Yuki is going to start just trying to take the ball forward a little bit more, as he does do from time to time. Elijah will drop back into the 4. I thought Firdaus would do that more, but it just gives Yuki the opportunity to make those runs like he is here. And that was a little unnecessary, pulling back Saifullah. So Firdaus will go just a little further forward. Faris gets the yellow card now. Couple of bookings early on in the second half for Geylang International. Perhaps a bit of frustration telling. That's Saifullah on the end of both of those challenges. He's not particularly pleased with that. Thought that one was a little bit harsh. Now I just wonder whether the word is to be a little bit more conservative, because they have been very good going forward, but defensively a few questions to be asked. And Faris Rumley, here's a bit of action here. Good burst of speed and excellent work from Yuki Ichikawa. That's what Faris can give you. Really likes to move things along. What a player to be able to bring on the Singapore International, Faris Rumley. They still have Song Wei Young on the bench as well. Adam Swandi. There's a man down. I think that's Noor Adam. No, it's Stipe Plazibat. Didn't see what caused that. He's still receiving treatment. That's a corner here for Lion City Sailors. Remember, they scored with a header off a set piece in the game against Albrechts. Via the man just walking in there to the box, George Felipe. Away by Isdin, who's that makeshift centre-back at the moment. That's the first touch, I think, for Mateus today, who's going to try and put Hassan under some pressure. That was a deflected touch as well. That wasn't him on the ball. It was him closing down. Now, a chance for him. That's actually a really good ball from Isdin. Delightful ball. Now, is he going to try and take on Nakyudin? Oh dear. That's poor from him. Needs to do much better than that, Mateus, who has travelled a lot in his career. Now Gabriel Quack, that's behind Stupid Plaziba, but not Faris Rumley. And that took a deflection off Darren Tay. Another corner for Lion City Sailors. They've dominated this second half so far. Mireka doing his defensive duties. And Mateus, 22, has already been at 5 different clubs. Hasn't got on the score sheet for any of them until he moved to Geylang International. They're trying to close down. They're pressing whenever they can, Geylang, but they've got to get back. Saifullah. Oh, good work from Saifullah. Just a bit too much on that for Stipe Plazibat. Mateus. Oh, it was a good run, by the way, from Van Huysen. On the left-hand side, not spotted. Diego Lopez, I think, fouling his fellow countryman. Dear, that's a poor pass from Firdaus. Touched on by Saifullah. Here's Nakyudin. Mateus struggles to keep that in. It's not been a particularly good start for him in this match. That's a little casual. A bit of frustration being shown there from Hassan Sani. Puts up his hands in an apology for that. And he's just put his team a little bit under pressure here with a corner. Now, I know it's a long, long way back for Geylang, but a goal here, at least, would give them something to build on. Oh, Stupid Plazibat with the header. Good work from Amirul Adli. A great pass into the path of Faris Rumley. Beautiful ball just behind Gabriel Quack. Lovely ball back from Saifullah. Gabriel Quack. Oh, just enough to stop the tap in. Matthias now on that right hand side instead. Not the worst ball in the world. Hassan Sani saw the danger. Up to Emi Reka. Game just opening up now a little bit more. It is stretched. There are pockets of space. Diego Lopez through on Stipe Plazibat. He's got to score here. That's a good save from Zainul Gulam. That's two good chances that Plazibat has had, and both of them have been saved. Both of them really straight at the keeper. Oh, Faris Farhan now making way for Silvano Convalius. The Dutch striker, who has also been at a lot of clubs. He's a lot older, so it's far more clubs than Mateus has been on. Now they have an out-and-out striker that will require some tactical tweaks. Here's Mateus. Firdaus doesn't get there. So two changes made already for Geylang International, one for Lion City Sailors. Onside, the flag stays down. Here's Gabriel Quack. Is he going to go for goal himself? He does. And he makes it 5. Well, they're playing a dangerous game at times, Geylang International, with that line of theirs. And he's got his hat-trick as well. He's on fire. Great work there from Shadan Sulaiman. It's a lovely finish from Gabriel Quack. Seven goals this season, Gabriel Quack. Fast catching up with Tomoyuki Doi. He's on 10 from Hougang United. I guess on the plus point you'd have to say that at least it took a while before they conceded here. Lion City's Geylang International. They have a corner at the moment up the other side. And they're sticking to their principles. They're just going to keep going the best way they know how. There is a case to be made of whether they should shut up shop now. 5 is a huge, huge loss. Remember, the biggest win so far this season has been 7-0. That was that was last game, in fact. Tampines Rovers defeating Young Lions a few days ago. Here's Van Huysen. Does well, gets past Stipe Plazibat, and that ball is straight at Hassan Sani, who just about gathers it. Diego Lopez. They want more goals here. Plazibat on the left-hand side. He's got plenty to aim at, but he finds Elijah instead. Well, they're stretched at the back here a bit as well, and that, oh, he was leading in there for sure, George Felipe. On Emi Reka. I think he maybe just trod on his ankle, on his foot. Maybe also Emi Reka, as he went down, might have just tried to lash out there. I might be wrong, but it certainly looked like it. Could be an ankle problem. This is the last round of games, of course, before Ramadan begins. We will have some matches during Ramadan, not many. We just got the news, of course, a few days ago that the matches due for May 19th will now be moved to the weekend of April 24th, 25th. And that's to help the national team in their preparations ahead of the World Cup qualifiers. Let's have a look at the goal. That's the 4th goal. Diego Lopez scoring that. And I've done a little bit of a disservice here to Gabriel Kwak. I've attributed him with a hat-trick. Actually, he's only got 2 goals so far. Both he and Diego Lopez are on a hat-trick, meaning the next goal they score will make it their 3rd. So he scored 6 goals so far this season, not 7. Let's see if either one of them gets a hat-trick. Now, oh, that's a offside anyway. It wasn't a great touch from Emi Reka, took it away from the goal. So to confirm, Gabriel Kwak scored in the 7th minute. Diego Lopez then got the 2nd in the 18th minute. 23rd was Saifullah. And 7 minutes before half-time, Diego Lopez got the 4th. Gabriel Kwak on the hour made it 5. Lion City Sailors are about to bring on Song Woo-young, as if Geylang needed any more punishment. One of the most impressive players in Singapore football, has been a long-time servant of this club and its previous iteration, Home United. And Saifullah, I think, has had a good game, makes way. Well, now they've really going to look very impressive indeed. So 2 changes apiece now. Emi Reka gives the ball away. Good work here from Elijah. Oh, lovely footwork from him, but he just ran away from him, didn't it? He'll be leaving the club soon to take up national service duties. Elijah next month, so they'll be missing his services too. Given away to Diego. Stipe Plazibat makes a diagonal run. Diego, lovely ball! And Stipe Plazibat makes no mistake with his 3rd attempt. It's now 6. And an assist for Diego. And Aurelia Vidmar now surely will feel a little happier. He is a man with high standards. Demands a lot of his players. Lovely work, lovely run as well from Stipe Plazibat, the little diagonal run across. And he finally gets on the score sheet. We're wondering when that was going to happen. Well, that was his 6th goal of the season. So he's level with Gabriel Quack. They come again here. Emi Reka giving away to Song Wei-Ung. Remember, Tomoyuki Do is now on 10 goals. Another game going on at the moment. And that's Albrechts Nagata versus Tampines Rovers. Albrechts have taken the lead just a few minutes ago. It's 2-1. And that means Albrechts will go top of the table if it remains this way at the end of this weekend. They'll be ahead of Hougang by a point, and Lion City Sailors would move into 3rd, equal with, above Tampines Rovers. Noor Ali, it's another loss for him. And I will say the word loss now. It's 6-0 with 20 minutes to go. You've got to give credit, because I think they've played really well going forward. No doubt about it. They haven't created as many chances in the second half, which is inevitable, I suppose, given that they were 4-0 down at half-time. You could argue that they shouldn't have been 4-0 down. More than enough opportunities to score at least 2 or 3 goals, if not more. I'm being generous there. I'm being conservative. It could be more than 2 or 3 goals they should have scored in the first half. They're deserving of at least 1, surely. They've got to get a consolation or 2. Question is, will they concede any more? With 20 minutes to go, and Lion City Sailors are in a rampant mood at the moment. Oh, that was almost an own goal, I think. I think that was Shannon Sulaiman who headed it against his post, his own post. Yeah, he did. Well, that would be something as well, wouldn't it? A drinks break now. Well, very difficult in a way. Now, what does Noor Ali do? Just keep at it? I mean, it's already a huge defeat. Surely you don't want to be getting the biggest defeat of the season now. While we think about that, let's remind you of the most recent goal. It was great work here between Diego and Stipe Plazibat. Flag stayed down, it was onside, and it was 6. Now what will pan out in these next 20 minutes will be very interesting. Still haven't seen very much contribution from the two foreign players of Geylang. Here's Faris Rumley up the other end. Good ball in and well covered there. Chris van Huysen. Song Wee-young playing that ball across. Or Noor Ali it was actually. Shadan. Stipe. Diego Lopez gets the ball first. Here's Noor Ali. Been a very big battle here between the two number 20s, Noor Ali and Noor Lukman. Noor Ali trying to find Stipe Plazibat. Here's Van Huysen. Now Mateus. Silvano. Good interchange of play. Oh, Firdaus doesn't go in hard on Faris, whose pass is a little too much for Stipe Plazibat. Still very open, I must say. A lot of space to attack for Lion City Sailors. Geylang International not exactly shutting shop here. And trying to consolidate this loss and not trying to concede anymore. They are still going for it. Silvano. Good ball into Amy Reka. Darren, was that the right move? Silvano heads it back, no one attacking the ball. There's Song Wee-young. There are groans of frustration around this ground. Faris Rumley. Every time they come forward, they look dangerous, like they're going to score. Gabriel denied there by Zano Gulam. Silvano up towards Amy Reka. Now Chris van Huysen in this left back role of his. Ball into Silvano, and Mateus can't quite attack that ball, but they are creating some good openings at least, but they then commit a lot of men forward and get stretched sometimes. Diego Lopez just comes off the back of Shadan's foot. Faris Rumley has a go. Then Gabriel, that should be an easy pot knock in there. Stipe Plazibat, who gets his second. Doesn't celebrate against Geylang for some reason. Not really showing too much excitement. Gabriel Quack's shot saved by Zainul Ghulam and easily put away there by Stipe Plazibat.
Substitution for the Lightning Sailors, number 9, Stipe Plazibat is being replaced by number 11, Noor.
Well, he's on a hat-trick as well, isn't he? But he's going. Stipe Plazibat. Hafiz Noor will replace him. It's now 7. It's a joint biggest win this season.
Substitution for Geylang International, number 20, Noor Ali is being replaced by number 18,
Azri Suhaili comes on for Noor Luqman. There's Azri, who's offside. Stipe, by the way, now that he got that second, and there's confirmation of substitution, that's 70 goals in the top flight of Singapore League, which is an impressive figure. He has really enjoyed his time playing in Singapore. It's been very, very profitable for him in terms of goals scored. So that's 70 for Stipe Plazibat. No look pass from Faris Ramli. Are there more goals in this? Faris! Hafiz Noor. It's opened up for him and it's a decent save by Zainul Ghulam. Well, they're playing with a false 9 now. I think it's Gabriel Quack who's taking that role on. Hafiz cut inside. Shot was on, wasn't it? Fairly comfortable in the end for Zainul Ghulam, who will want to forget about this game. I don't think he's done much wrong here, except for one goal, perhaps the second for Diego Lopez. Otherwise, the rest of it, I think he's played quite well, and that comes off the crossbar. Was that George Felipe, perhaps, with the header? Oh dear, this could be still an 8th in this. Silvano will not get there. It's back to the keeper. If you look at it, it's not much difference in the number of shots. That's because Geylang have, as I said, been very good at going forward. It's just not been very good at finishing. That's the difference between these two sides. Elijah. Now Isdin to Mateus. He's coming forward here, Mateus. Nice run from Emi Reka, not seen. Waited and waited. He thought he might get a free kick there, Mateus. Nakirin with the challenge. Diego keeps going. He got past Elijah. Still Diego. Gabriel Quack is on a hat-trick, remember! And he will have to wait a little longer. Could he have crossed it? Oh, I think that took a... another look at this. Oh, he must have got a touch on it. Well, Zainul Ghulam, if he did, that's a pretty good save, isn't it? As I said, he's actually had a pretty good game, Zainul Ghulam, today. Taken quickly for Hafiz Noor. Away from by Chris Van Huysen. Song Wei-Young. Now Shadan. Good cross in, and needed to be a better header by Gabriel Quack. Very good position there. He's had some chances to add to his tally, get himself a hat-trick. Mateus up to Silvano. You can see what he was attempting to do, and that was to play it back to the Brazilian, or asking him to run onto it, which was a big ask. Darren Tay. Man gets past him. It's a good ball in. Excellent work from Chris Van Huysen, who denies Hafiz Noor. Well, I thought he got the last touch. Maybe not. It is a goal kick instead. We'll have a better view of this. It was Faris with a wonderful whipped ball across. Might have just come off Hafiz last in that case. Van Huysen. Now Darren Tay. Mateus on this left-hand side. Still not seeing enough from them at the moment, the two foreign imports, and perhaps understand why they didn't start this game. Now Song in that pivot with Shadan. Song Wei-Young. Amy Reka. Now Firdaus. Mateus. His shot is deflected. Silvano won't get there. About 4.5 minutes plus out of time. I think Geylang just want the final whistle to go right now. Well, they are keeping at it. You've got to give them credit, Geylang International. Silvano was waiting for the ball, and Jorge Felipe gets there first. Never easy bouncing back after a very tough loss like that, but Tampines Rovers, they were thrashed 5-1 by Hougang, and then went on to record a 7-0 win over Young Lions. They could take something from that. Remember, Geylang aren't actually playing the Eastern Derby next. I mean, it doesn't let up for them, does it, the pressure? And that'll be a big ask as well. Straightforward for Hassan Sani, who's had actually very little to do in the second half. Yeah, they'll play on the 16th of April, the Eastern Derby, next weekend. Here's Hafiz Noor. He's gone for it, and he's done enough Zainul Gulam. The shot was on. By the way, it's still 2-1 in the other game. Albrechts Nagata against Tampines Rovers. 2 losses and 3 at the moment, it looks like, for Tampines Rovers. Next up for Lion City Sailors, they play Balestier Khalsa. That's on the 18th. Next weekend. Oh, not all that far away, Song Woo-young. I know this is going to sound strange, but this has been one of the closer 7-0s I've ever seen. And purely in the terms of chances created by the opposition, the side that lost on the receiving end of those 7 goals, they really ought to have scored a few goals at least. And no doubt that Lion City have been the better side overall, particularly in the second half, even though they've only scored 3 goals in the second half. Well, they could have had a few more as well. Ball up to Silvano. They get the corner. Nakudin wasn't able to clear. Silvano doesn't get the end of that, and he's playing it safe there, George Felipe. Shrugs his shoulders. I really do feel that, not that it makes any difference, but they should try and get 1 on the score sheet. They deserve 1 at least, a consolation or 2. Darante. And it's not for lack of trying. Isdin, remember they are playing a makeshift defence today. That's a poor ball from Azri. And I think mercifully it will be 2 minutes. Probably should be more, but they're not going to prolong that. And it's offside. He can't believe it. Manoj Kalwani's flag came straight up, and Faris Rumley looked bemused by that. He's not happy with that decision. Oh, tough call, tough call. She can understand why players aren't celebrating anymore. After a certain number, there is no point celebrating, is there? Azri runs into the gigantic figure of George Felipe. Gabriel Quack, another chance for his hat-trick. He's going to square it though. Oh, that took a big deflection along the way, and the hat-trick instead goes to Diego Lopez. Just before the end of the match. And it's more misery for Geylang International with the 8th goal now, and that is the biggest loss this season. And the Brazilian will grab the headlines tomorrow for his hat-trick, and this time I can confirm it is indeed a hat-trick. Having not scored in his previous few games, having not scored at all In fact, since he's joined Lion City Sailors, he has now scored 3 in one game in what has been a mauling. A spare thought, I think, for Geylang International. They have had a tough day here. And I do not think they have played badly. I know that might not look it from the scoreline, but they came up against the quality of Lion City Sailors, who finished off their chances, who at one point scored with every chance they had. Geylang themselves had the chances to score as well. There's a hat-trick for Diego Lopez. Not a good day out, I'm afraid, for Noor Ali and his team, but there are positives. There are positives from this. Look at that, we don't even have enough space to put all the scorers on. 2 goals apiece for Stipe Plazibat and Gabriel Quack. A hat-trick for Diego Lopez. Another goal for Saiful Akbar. And it could have been more. Could have been more goals overall. Could have been 8-4, could have been 8-5, could have been 10-5 today. That's how many chances. Faris Ramli asking Manoj Kawani about the offside. He's still arguing what a goal in a match that they have won very convincingly. The final score at Our Tampines Hub, it's Geylang International 0, Lion City Sailors 8. And that is a marker perhaps from Lion City Sailors. Discount us at your peril. They have much more to offer, but they will come up against tougher opposition. And they've got other fish to fry in the coming weeks, but they have made things very interesting in the SPL. And it's a tough day. Not a good day at the office. No one wants to be in the end of that. Barry Maguire there with a hamstring injury. Possibly maybe ready for the next game against Tampines Rovers. They need him back desperately, don't they? Geylang, they want to turn this season around. Remember, they've got to play in the AFC Cup. Not too far from here. Adam Swandi not needed today. It's been a very good day at the office for them. Cast your minds all the way back here. Gabriel Quack in the 4th minute, starting to move. Maybe the pass wasn't quite there, but he made no mistake with the finish. And that was when it all started to open up for them. Justin Hui with good work to keep it alive. And there were chances aplenty for Geylang International. They didn't take them and were punished soon after. Diego Lopez firing in his first goal in Singapore football in fine style. His first goal in 5 appearances. And he would add more later. Then goal number 3, lovely chest down from Stipe Plazibat, and a great finish from the youngster Saiful Akbar to make it 3. Yeah, not much could be done about that by the Geylang goalkeeper. And then just before the break, this is probably the softest goal given away. Zainul Gulam won't be happy with that. Bit of miscommunication with Noor Lukman. And a good finish again from Diego Lopez for his 2nd. And Geylang International's 4th. Well, into the 2nd half, Gabriel Quack added another. Fine finish from him, beat the offside trap. That was on the hour mark, so they managed to hold off for about 15 minutes. Goal number 6. Great combination work between Diego Lopez and Stipe Plazibat. That was his first of the night. He had some good chances earlier on. And he finally scored at the third time of asking. Faris Romley firing across here. Gabriel Quack then with the rebound. And then following up, Stipe Plazibat. That second goal meant he has now scored 70 goals in Singapore football in the in the top flight. So very good from him. And then Gabriel pushing that into the path of Diego Lopez. A couple of deflections along the way. That was Chris van Huysen, and that was his hat-trick. And that brought us to the end of the match. There are the stats: 22 attempts, 16 on target. They scored half of them. That is an excellent statistic. And look at Geylang International. They had 5 very, very good chances. They had 11 shots. They didn't sit back. They gave it their all, perhaps paid the price for that. Could have been a smaller scoreline, but they really went for it today. And I think they deserve a little bit of credit for trying to be positive. Perhaps I might say they could have been a bit more pragmatic at times, but they worked hard and ultimately defeated by the better side here. Lion City Sailors were excellent. These are the scores then from match day 6. Hougang United edging out 10-man Balestier Khalsa, struggled to break them down. Balestier had their chances as well. Tanjung Pagar United, their first win since 2014, thrashing Young Lions 4-0. We have a result for Albrechts Negata. They've defeated Tampines Rovers 2-1 and go top of the table again. We'll see that shortly. And Lion City Sailors, as you know, have thrashed Geylang International. So at the end of match day 6, Albirex are a point ahead of Hougang United. Lion City Sailors now move into 3rd. Tampines are 4th. And you've seen tonight, Geylang International, they are now 2nd from bottom. And their goal difference has taken a huge whack here. These are the next fixtures coming up. We mentioned the Eastern Derby. Noor Ali's got a big job on his hands to get his boys ready for that one. On the Friday 16th. 2 matches on the Saturday. Hougang entertain Young Lions. A good chance again to add to their points tally. Tanjung Pagar United, well, they'll maybe come down to earth against Albrechts Negata. It's the Jurong East Derby, if you will. And Lion City Sailors will be up against Balestier Khalsa. So remember, it will be Ramadan. All games are now 8:30 p.m. kickoffs. So we leave you here at our Tampines Hub. My name's Shazad Haq. Thanks a lot for joining us. It's been a huge win for Lion City Sailors, and we'll see you next weekend.